Hey everyone, welcome to the first quarterfinals match of the third standard tournament, Monster Sanctuary Tournament Circuit. I'm Heron Crane.
I'm FlowingJuffowup, and today we'll be watching a match from Smug Looking Barrel and Rolangizmo.
Yeah, so these are two players that we've seen perform pretty well in the early stages of the tournament. And going to see a matchup between a sorcery team and an occult bleed setup.
Yeah, so it looks like Rolangizmo is going to be going first in game one due to his higher seeding.
Yeah, the new rule that's been implemented. So he gets to choose which order he'd like to go. So gonna get some blind stacks on that eagle. Considering whether
Yeah,
to
it allows
attack
him to kind of cripple the big threat on Barrel's side, even though he can't get a knockout on turn one.
Yeah, sometimes going first can be a big advantage, and depending on what team you're running, some teams are better at going second. Oh, and we saw the miss there from the single blind stack. Fortunate.
Yeah, it's always a bit of a dice roll with Purify, whether or not you're going to get rid of the bleed or the blind or the tether or whatever it is. So it paid off there for Rolangizmo.
Yeah, and now that Rolangizmo gets 3 monsters to go, Mimic can set up a bit more combo, and now that he has more buffs as well. Attacking with Setsune to remove the barrier stacks on Eagle.
And all those buffs just go over to the other side of the field.
Yeah, the Mimic doing significantly more damage now than the previous turn.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that Azarak and Setsune do well together. You got the sidekick synergy, the buff stealing.
That's right, it's the
lead
type
and blind.
Of team. Yeah. You really get out of hand if you don't deal with either of them quickly. Shadow Grasp falling onto Elder Gel. Stealing more buffs and setting up a Dark Shroud.
And Elder Gel has lost its Phoenix affinity.
Yeah, I always I'm always unsure of which ultimate I want to run on Spinner. I think I kind of waver between Dark Shroud and Frost Pierce, depending on what else I've got.
And yeah, it has a lot of good options.
Able to take out the Spinner on the unresponse, which gives Barrel a monster advantage, but Manticore is resistant to all of Barrel's attacks, being a monster that resists magic. Oh, that's a big bleed there on Cataclysm.
Yeah, Rolangizmo's team is just starting to snowball. You see all the bleed stacks just add up. Debuffs add up.
It's a big Cataclysm in response. I guess that last hit being Earth makes a bit of a difference. Hitting Setsune and
yeah, with the Cascade especially, having that be the strongest one.
Yeah, I think I was saying to you earlier, it's like the Manticore is one of those monsters that can just put out insane amounts of damage between Proliferate and Double Cascade.
Yeah, it just does so much. Whenever it's on the field, it's a threat.
Yeah, the critical apex as the Dark Shift as well just increases that crit chance, and if you're getting 20 hits, then you're almost guaranteed to crit. Dark Shroud falling onto Vertrag, getting rid of the Purify.
And it looks like there's probably multiple blood vessels on Rolangizmo's team, judging by all the mana he's recovering.
Yeah,
of course, that has wonderful synergy with the heal charging on Arachlich.
definitely. Yeah, it's a great item for Arachlich to run. Yeah, it looks like he is electing to run Ignite over Solar Burst. Which I think against this setup you really need the AoE to be able to take out both revive users in one attack.
Yeah, we'll see if that's something that changes in the rest of the games in this match.
The good thing about sideboard is that you can tailor your team to each specific matchup, so you can decide whether what sorts of moves, what monsters to run against certain teams. Lots of damage there on Nautilid. It's going to go down. Yep, bringing barrel to 2 monsters now that he doesn't have 5.
Yeah, knowing what your opponent's going to use is such a valuable thing to know, especially when you've got stuff like Manticore and Mimic that have tons of elemental coverage, but you usually have to choose which you want to have.
That's
so
right.
Having an intelligent choice of moves is huge.
I didn't end up playing in this tournament, but seeing what the teams that people have brought out so far, definitely are going to need a wide range of different types of damage, and that all but seals the deal. Yeah, okay. So going into game 2.
Now Barrel is going to choose to go first, having lost game 1.
And it looks like
Bring
he's
out Muscle Wizard.
Yeah, Targot and the Muscle Wizard for this game. Going to see the typical Brutus setup. Going to see a power focus. This is the especially when you have first turn, it's such a strong start.
I think I'm a little less bullish on Brutus than a lot of other players. Not particularly fond of it. I think it just takes too long to get going in a lot of matches, but when it gets going, it gets going.
Yeah, I guess the main thing with Brutus is, and part of the design of it, is that you really want to go first. Oh, it looks like Targos used Mega Protect, which means that Brutus can't use Ram Charge and get that guaranteed hit. Yeah, it looks like that was crucial for that move. He needed that, can't be dodged.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Mega Protect on Targot either, just because it already has full Protect. I think going with the Aurora Veil is overall a better option, just because it gives you more options against debuff. It actually provides more shielding for the team as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess I've always used Auto or Mega Protect because it's just like Full Protect, but you get more direct shielding, so you do get your load up charges. But yeah, good point about the debuffs. If you don't have a way of dealing with them, Aurora Shield is such a strong move, and yeah, better at shielding.
And of course, having load up, you get more charges out as well, which is always nice.
Definitely. Lots of
pretty good damage previews on the Mimic, but goes for the Setsune instead.
I guess he realizes that the bleed out shift passive is so crucial for him to be able to keep the damage coming, and Vertrack can't remove the bleed stacks fast enough to counteract that.
Yeah. In this kind of matchup, you really don't want to get into a long, drawn-out match against a Setsune who has bleed out and revive.
Maybe Eagle can take her out with a Thunderstrike. Yeah, looks like it. But he's still down a monster, and Mimic is going to be able to do some damage in response.
Yeah, and Rolangizmo chooses to go with the spinner just to keep bleed out on the field here. Whereas, you might expect him to bring out a more supportive monster here, but the bleed out obviously is a big consideration.
I guess Azarac does provide a bit of defensive support with the blind and with the auto heal, as well as a bit of offensive support with sidekick and that sort of thing. Icy shots, yep, it is enough to take out Eagle and likely break through the Phoenix Infinity. Yep.
Now it's all on the shoulders of Vertrag and a strong gravity to try and bring this game back to par.
Some good previews there. Oh, lots of misses as well. That was unfortunate.
Yeah, the 2 blind stacks are enough to keep 2 monsters alive.
Yeah, it's going to take a while to be able to do that again. Got 3 sources of neutral damage too.
Over 100 charge stacks that went into that attack, so.
Yeah. And now Manticore is resistant to magic as well. So that might be even harder.
Yeah, the primary threat to Manticore right now is Targoat, which is not a good place to be in for Barrel.
Yeah, anytime you're relying on Targoat for damage is it might let you down.
Yeah, I would like to see the damage preview on the tackle here. I don't know if we'll see it or not. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Oh yeah, it is. I guess with 136 charge stacks. Oh, and every hit missed.
Yeah. Doesn't matter how hard you're hitting if you're not connecting.
Does he try to get rid of bleed stacks or does he just attack? Let's see. He opts to attack.
Yeah, being so far behind, you just have to pick up a knockout and hope for the best.
I've always
that
wondered
Mimic
whether...
has so many buffs.
Oh yeah, and the tackle from Mimic is going to delete Vertrag, I think. Yeah, a Storm. Yep. Oh, Elemental Strikes. Okay. Do you see Targoat go down?
Goes Targoat. That's probably enough to wrap it up because Heraklich still has the Phoenix affinity at that point, so there's too much to come back from.
Farrell realized that there was no coming back, but he's going with the Brutus setup again. See if he decides to open with Brutus or a different monster.
Definitely thinking things over here. No changes on Rolangizmo's side. It's not broken, so he doesn't need to fix it.
That's right. Yeah, he's just opening with Sune and Azarac. Mimic this time. Full protect. Can Eagle.
Good damage preview on the Thunderstrike.
He's got to get past that blind stack. Oh, and he did. Good. Yep, so it's able to get that.
Used it up on one of the minor hits at the end.
Yeah.
Which is even better.
That's the way to do it. Yeah. Get lucky if the blind does land on one of the hits that you're not. Doesn't matter so much.
It is unfortunate when that happens against a Satsune and you have a Azarac out because it can actually resurrect them from the dead on a miss.
That's right.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, right when you think that you've completed the mission, it's not quite there. Mega Protect again. And Vertrag's going to remove some of these stacks, but yeah, with all the
a lot of blind stacks on there.
Yeah, Tether as well, so it's hard to, like you said.
All 4 of those blind stacks went off. Cleansing Flame from Satsune. It's a bit more aggressive than many Satsunes are. A lot of them will take the buffing move from that skill tree.
Yeah, what's the one that gives you agility and sidekick?
Yeah, agility and sidekick.
Yeah, but I can see the merit of Cleansing Flame as well if you already have a lot of sidekick stacks and you want to build combo and get rid of buffs.
Yeah,
So,
I would argue it's strictly better just because you're going to be able to buff your team if you're getting critical hits anyway, and you've got buff steal when you're automatically stealing with Cleansing Flame.
that was a pretty
A lot
huge
of
cataclysm.
good stuff to like about it.
Yeah. Cataclysm's coming from both sides of the field now. This time Barrel's really had the chance to establish a really tanky support squad and Rolangizmo's lost his main supports in the form of Susune and Azarak. So we'll see if he's able to clinch out this game. Ice Spears coming down on Manticore, doing decent damage. But quite enough.
Yeah, I think if the Arachlich can get taken down pretty quick here, Barrel should be able to wrap this up.
It looks like Barrel's going to try to gravity this turn. He's left for a track till the end, so let's see if it works. Yeah, takes out Arachlich, which is pretty crucial, and Manticore, even though he can't do much damage to it, is not going to be enough to take it down a little. Alright, game 4. So at the moment we've got 2 wins for Rolangizmo and 1 for Barrel.
Yeah, now Rolangizmo's going to take the opportunity to go first and try to put the game away. Or the whole match, really. This is, if he wins this, he wins the match. So
that's right. And we'll see if Brutus can survive while going second.
Yeah, I expect he's going to have quite a few blind stacks and bleed stacks on him before he gets to do anything. Does have a lot of charge stacks to play with, though, thanks to Revenge there.
Yeah, and now with Target's Mega Protect, we'll get some more charge stacks shared around.
Goes for the power focus, which might be a little bit too greedy here. We'll see.
It looked like Ram Charge was almost actually close to being able to wipe, but he didn't have it because of Target's Mega Protect. If Brutus survives, he'll be able to do some serious work next turn, but we'll see.
It will have more bleed stacks on it than it had last turn, though, so it's always risky.
Oh, he is alive. Now he has to get through the blind. Hopefully
yeah, it's really now or never. That's not bad. One knockout at least.
Managed to kill Azarak and almost kill Satsune.
The wound stacks might be more efficient if they weren't the only stack and Satsune didn't have Purify.
Right. I wonder if she'll use Mass Restore or Full Heal. Looks like Full Heal, which I think is a good choice on herself because she's such a crucial support of this team. And Mimic doesn't really need to live this turn. It can just kill and be replaced by Manticore.
Yeah. It's not as integral to the overall plan of the team, even though it puts out ridiculous amounts of damage.
Looks like Rolangizmo's given up on trying to kill Brutus, going for Vertrag instead. Oh, Vertrag electing not to heal Brutus.
See another power focus. Hoping to get another big wipe. Well, I don't think it has access to Ram Charge for another 2 turns, right?
Yeah, I believe you're right. It definitely won't be able to do it this coming turn. But I think it actually will die to bleed before it can do anything.
That does seem likely, yeah.
It's got
And it has
32 bleed stacks.
a burn on it as well.
Hmm.
And burn on a brute is pretty decent amount of damage. Matter though.
Oh, that's pretty good because now the bleed's been shared around and does even more damage to Vertrag and Targo.
Yeah, Splatter, just another one of the many things that Setsune brings to the team.
Hmm. Question is now, if you're Barrel, what do you focus? Do you try to kill? Can you kill Setsune? Oh, he goes for the AoE. I feel like, I mean, he killed Spinner in the process. That's good, but I
It's
wonder if
slightly
he.
greedy, but I think
Yeah.
it's all right. Kind of have to take a few risks here and there when you're already down 2 games.
It's true. I think now if he does manage to take out Setsune, he might have a chance to get through the rest.
Yeah. Eagle's really the only good option he has against Manticorp here. So if you go for Setsune and then Manticorp sticks around, that could be problematic.
Hmm. Meanwhile, this Mimic is just still sitting there with massive damage potential.
And easily takes out Eagle even through the Phoenix Affinity.
I'm just gonna need this Cataclysm to kill Setsune, I think. Oh, the gravity's looking alright. He could go for a Solar Burst with Manticorp and then follow up with the gravity instead. Although I
Do
think
we
I
have
like
a
the.
Solar Burst on Manicorp now? I didn't see.
Oh, I'm not sure actually.
Yeah, still not on there. Still all single targets and the Cataclysm, which makes it tough when you're trying to go for a team wipe on Gravity.
Oh, he did manage to take out 2 of them. But we're going to see a Reklich revive the Mimic.
And of course, it gets all those age stacks from Necromancy, so it's going to hit pretty hard right away.
Yeah, Mimic has a lot of moves that can do a lot of damage to Manticorp. This is quite a close game.
Yeah, it really could go either way here.
Tackle. It is enough. Oh, and Targo goes down as well.
And it doesn't look like there's any revive on Elder Gel, so this is a 3-on-2 at this point.
Yeah, and Elder Gel currently doesn't have any sorcery stacks to buff its damage. Oh, he really
Doesn't
needed
get
blood
through the
magic
Phoenix
proc.
Affinity.
Really needed blood magic on that hit.
Yeah, Mimic should be able to knock out Vertrag pretty easily here if Manticore doesn't do it first.
You know, I don't run revive on my Elder Gel either in the sorcery team, and occasionally you really do regret it.
Yeah, it's one of those moves that when you need it, you really need it. And the rest of the time, it's just useless.
Now they're going into Infinity, and it looks like the game might go to Rolangizmo at this stage.
Yeah.
Lots of neutral
3-on-1,
damage.
even against something as good as Elder Gel, is hard to overcome.
Looks like we had a disconnect there. Oh yeah, and Barrel forfeited because
Yeah.
of the.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. We'll see Rolangizmo in the semifinals.